So today we're going to be discussing my everyday carry. The first thing that, creates this everyday carry system is the belt. I carry, so I carry a Deltec Force bull belt. This is a all leather gun belt that has a steel core in it. So it has plenty of rigidity, and it's a sturdy, durable gun belt that I've carried for close to, probably 8 years or so. And it's done a great job for me, still held up over the years. The next thing, my knife. I carry a cold steel AK-47 Mini most days. I do change this out with a few other options. But this one, you can see it has a lot of wear on it. It's very, very strong, and it's pretty lightweight, and it's a good option for carry. When it comes to a knife, I don't view it as a defensive tool necessarily. Obviously, I could employ this in an emergency situation, and this one does happen to have the wave feature. So when you pull it out of your pocket, you can naturally deploy it as you're pulling it. But just with my training and my background, I find that I can subdue an attacker with my empty-handed skills. And I would go to that. I'm much more comfortable with that than going to a blade. So I primarily carry this as a tool. When it comes to the knife, I don't carry it for a tactical purpose. And one option that you do have that I used to carry a lot more was carrying a little, kind of a multi-tool type knife. And this is a Victorinox Pioneer, I believe. And the reason why I like this one is it came with an awl. And I find myself that I use this awl a lot back when I carried it, poking holes and things. It's just, this is a great way that for those of you that carry a tactical knife, and you want to preserve the edge of that tactical knife, carry one of these. These are small, they're cheap, you can beat up on them. And they get the job done. It does give you the ability to carry a screwdriver, and if you need to pry things, you won't have to be prying on your carry knife. So this is a good option. For those of you that want to carry a fixed blade, I used to carry this. So I used to carry a folder and a fixed blade, and I would carry this in the waistband appendix on the opposite side of my gun so that I could deploy this with my left hand if I needed it. And this was strictly for a defensive purpose. But again, I've gone away from this, but this is a really cool knife. This is the Spartan Blade Enya. I believe that's how it's pronounced. And this is the premium steel version of this. Back when I got this, this was the only version that was available, but I saw on the website that they have a cheaper version of it. But I really like this. I like supporting companies like this. They, some special operations background people, and it's overall, it's just a fantastic little blade. Another option that I've carried over the years is the big brother to the one I'm currently carrying. So this is the small one, and just for size comparison, this is the big brother of the small one. And you can see, the size difference there. But really, this is still fairly light. Big blade. Again, it has that wave feature on it and has the ability to quickly deploy. Lockback design, and this is just a very stout, very comfortable knife to have in your hand. This one does come with this little hook here to protect that finger, and you can use this for strikes if you needed to. But again, I'm carrying a knife primarily for, as a utility tool. Another option is I've carried this Ratworks, I can't remember which model, but this is a chain-driven automatic knife. Opens plenty fast, but the way that this knife is, it's not like a typical auto where the spring is up here. These springs actually connect down through here, and I think there's two of them. And it's supposed to make it very reliable for, time and time again. And I don't know, hundreds of thousands of opens. I think they've tested it to the point where it'll open over, 100,000 times, which in my lifetime, I'm never gonna open it to that point of failure. I've had this for maybe 6 or 7 years, and you can see it has a lot of wear on it. I've done some strikes and used it as a hammer. You can see some of the finish is worn off up here, but overall, it's a good knife. It is fairly expensive, and but it's one of those that I think it's cool. It's a cool knife, and I really enjoy carrying it. Good solid clip on it. That's one thing for a knife. I really enjoy having I really want a clip, and I always carry in a tip down configuration in my pocket if I can. Another option is the Emerson Commander, and this is another one that has the, that wave feature that Emerson made popular, where you can use it to deploy it. But yeah, this is, Emerson's just a cool brand that, good history behind them, big supporters in the military, but very comfortable knife, full-sized handle, and it's just, it's a workhorse. And you can see this one, it's been used quite extensively, especially when I was in the military. I used to carry this one a lot. Next, I have my car keys, chapstick. Next, I have my Ridge wallet. So this is a Ridge wallet. I have the one with the cash strap on it. Got some business cards, a little bit of cash in there. But this thing's great. Used to carry a big, bulky leather wallet, and I switched to this probably towards the end of 2017. So I've been carrying this for about 5 years now. This is the carbon fiber model, and it's held up great. The only thing I've had to do to it is I switched out the back strap maybe 6 months or so ago. It just started to tear, and I switched out before it failed on me. But it's only a couple bucks to do that, and other than that, this thing's great. Nice form factor, slim. You can carry it in your front pocket for a little bit more security, and it's this is a great product. So next, the thing that I carry in any situation is this Streamlight ProTac 2L. This is a great flashlight. You can see this one has plenty of wear on it. This one's been around the world with me. Couple deployments, drug through the dirt, crawling around in the sand. So there's a lot of wear and tear on this, but this thing's still going strong. And I've had this one since, coming up on probably 8 or 9 years. And I do like this one because it is 2 CR123 batteries. And those 2 batteries last for a decent amount of time. And this one's also cool because it has the high, which I don't know if you'll be able to see that on camera, but it has plenty of brightness, but it also has this low power mode that you can toggle through. And I've got this set to come on high, and then I can toggle to get to the low setting. And I find myself using that low setting a lot more to just save the batteries again. And it's, just a very useful tool. But I'll carry a flashlight even when I can't carry a knife or a gun. And this can be used as an impact weapon. The only thing that I've done to this one is I either super glued or epoxied the pocket clip. When you get these Streamlights, the pocket clips on them, they can slide around and pop off, and I don't want to deal with that. So I fixed it to the light itself, and now it's on there very well. Carries nice in my pocket. I carry this in my back left pocket, like where you carry a wallet maybe. I carry it in that pocket, and that way when I am carrying a gun, if I needed a light, I can reach back there, grab it, and deploy it to be able to identify a threat, or on just a typical basis, use it just to find things. Drop something underneath the car or underneath the couch. This is just a must-have tool. Another option is this Surefire. This is the backup, and it is very similar where it has the high mode, and you can get to a low mode as well, which you probably can't see that. There we go. Again, I like the low mode. This low mode's not as bright as that low mode. I actually prefer the low mode on the Streamlight as opposed to this. But you can see how much smaller this Surefire is. A little chunkier, but it is significantly shorter. So if that's a concern to you, depending on how you carry this, again, I carry these in my back left pocket, and this is a good option. It's very, very stout, very sturdy. If any of you have ever held a Surefire, you'll know how durable and how bulletproof Surefires are. So I like Surefires a lot. I've shot with them on my guns a lot, and it's a great option. A little bit pricier, but again, Surefires, they're worth it. So next is the gun. So I carry in the 3 o'clock position, and I switched to this 365 SIG P. I switched to the SIG P365 back in 2018. So this is one of the first generations to come out. I think I got this in July of 2018, and it's a great gun. Very easy to shoot. So you can see that you can't really get a pinky on there, and I can barely get that finger on there. But I carry it with this this magazine that comes with it, with a little pinky extension. And with that, I can just get, let me see if I can show you. I can just get my pinky on there, and it's not all the way on there. There's still a little bit that hangs off. But this is very shootable, and a good, for the size, this is hard to beat. This is a 10+1, so I do carry with one in the chamber, but it's a great gun. And I carry that in a Green Force Tactical holster with the Ultra clip on it. And this holster is fantastic. I mean, it's very well built. And I've carried a bunch of different holsters throughout the years, most of the major brands. And this one is probably one of my favorites, just from a quality standpoint. And I really like that you can adjust the tension on it, which a lot of holsters can, but I really like that quality. This sweat guard comes up high enough to cover up the side of the pistol there, and does a great job of retaining it. So when it comes to other guns that I've carried, this used to be my primary carry, which this is a Glock 19. This is a Gen 3 model. So, and I used to carry it in, I've carried it in a variety of holsters. This happens to be an NSR, the light bearing holster with the soft loops, because what I like about this is I can carry a light on it. And this is a Surefire XC1, which is great. It has a dual thumb switches on both sides, so you can access it if you're a righty or lefty. I had a stipple job done by one of my friends. I don't think he's still doing this, but his company back in the day was Get a Grip Customs, and he did this for me. Kind of reprofiled it for me, put some stippling on there, relieved some of the material underneath the trigger guard, and you can see this gun I've had probably close to 15,000 rounds through this one. I have an S3F barrel in it. This is a match barrel, and I think I have the fluted version of that barrel. Just a good company, and this thing never had any issues of it. Very accurate. And I also have, let's see if I can show you it. I have the Haley Strategic skimmer trigger in it, which is just a fantastic trigger that I have in a few of my different Glocks. It takes up a lot of that slack, and then it's just a nice, smooth trigger pull. The claim was that it's more like a 1911 trigger. It's not quite that distinguished, but it does make it more like a nice two-stage trigger where you pull up that slop, you can meet that wall, and then just a little bit more pressure, and the shot breaks. It's just real nice and smooth. Again, I've shot thousands and thousands of rounds through this in this exact configuration. I've ran this gun through multiple courses. Whether it was I've ran it through a Frank Proctor course, I ran it through a Pat McNamara course, a Rob Pincus course, and some various other open enrollment courses from some other guys. So I have thousands and thousands of rounds through this gun in this exact configuration. I have the used to be the way of the gun. You can see that. Let me see if I can show you it. These are the way of the gun Y-notch sights. I'm not sure. I think they're called Frank Proctor shooting. Now it's Frank Proctor sights. And what I really like is how thin that front sight is. And it really helps at distance for you to be able to engage targets accurately at distance. And so when you're able to engage at 100 plus yards with a pistol, not that that's a realistic scenario, but just knowing that you can do that, these sights make it very easy, and they're very quick. They have that Y notch at the top that allows you to acquire them quick. And I've never actually broken one of the fiber optics. They have come loose, and I've preemptively changed them out. But even if as Frank Proctor will say, even if you lose that in a gunfight, it's still a black sight that's up there, and you're still going to be able to see it. Now, when it comes to not having a night sight, I have never found that to be a disadvantage. Night sights are great, but if I'm going to be engaging something at night, I am going to want to positively identify it. And if I can't positively identify it, I'm not going to be able to see my sights, even if they're glowing. So having a light on me is very important. And if I have a light on me, I can see my sights, and I don't get too bent up around it. Now, I do recommend, if you have a standard Glock, those plastic sights, get rid of those. Get some metal sights on it, and something that's going to be durable. Should you drop it or bang it into something, you want sights that are going to be on there for the long haul. In places where I can't carry in the waistband, I'll carry an ankle gun. This is just a Glock 26 and a Galco ankle glove. And it's good. It's done its job over the years. And this I have for the Trijicon HD sights on it. And this is purpose driven for when I can't carry inside the waistband. Maybe I'm at church or in a place where my shirt's tucked in. I'll still have the ability to carry a gun on me. So that's what I'll end up carrying on a day-to-day basis. I know some of you guys might be looking at this thinking that, where's your medical gear? Where's your multi-tool? I try and carry things for reality. Some of you may have some differing opinions on what I carry and, the reason why I carry it. And please go ahead and leave a comment down in the comment section. Let me know what you carry, and, maybe let me know what I should be carrying. And if you have any questions or suggestions, please let me know. And thanks for joining in.